In this WrestleTalk news, WWE suing AEW, Cody Rhodes to WWE, then not to WWE, then actually back to WWE confirmed, maybe, my review of SmackDown, Tempest review of Rampage, and more. Subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos to acknowledge your tribal peep, because hot dog, it's Revolution tomorrow, and I am pumped. Stay tuned for the reviews and all that.
Support WrestleTalk!
AEW has been a bit of a haven for high-profile releases from WWE, as WWE fans are very quick to point out. And it's been a well-known secret for a little while that Jeff Hardy, who was released from WWE late last year, would probably be making his way to the promotion to join his brother Matt once again. This was made all but confirmed when a video was leaked online of Jeff accidentally revealing that he's going to AEW in a candid chat. This forced Jeff to comment on it, saying he didn't actually mean it, and it was more of a goal of his to get there. Because we definitely believe you, Jeff. The problem with this is that Jeff is still technically contracted to WWE. Until his 90-day non-compete clause has expired, he legally is not allowed to sign anywhere else. So Jeff confirming he's going to AEW is a bit of a legal no-no, as it hints that there's been contract talks between the two parties. And according to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE know this, because Hardy today is under contract to WWE. If you say that, it's freaking admission to tampering. Jeff saying it's already a problem with WWE because, of course, they're looking to do something legally in this situation. I mean, they're looking for that mistake. Whoopsie poopsie, Jeff. You might have got your future employers into some hot water. The saga of Cody Rhodes continued this past week, as there was a report stating that talks between Cody and WWE had fizzled out, and that he could be returning to AEW to take on a new role in the Ring of Honor acquisition. This was following a report saying that things had gone eerily quiet on the Cody to WWE talks as well. But then new reports came in to say that Cody is definitely still on his way to WWE, as creative is still working on plans for him, and now Ringside News, pinch of salt required, has weighed in to say that their source, who is reportedly a tenured member of the creative team, told them, "I know what's scheduled for Cody for Mania, and that it's still on the list. If it's changed, no one has told us yet or corrected the internal documents." Cody to WWE and also AEW and also Ring of Honor and also WWE again confirmed. It's Revolution tomorrow night, but Tony Khan has been looking beyond that to their next pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. Tickets just went on sale for the event yesterday, and TK announced on Twitter that this was their first ever $1 million gate for a show. The show is scheduled to take place in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, which according to WrestleTalk on Twitter holds a maximum capacity of around 14,000 if every section is opened up, which currently it's not. And now here's my review of last night's SmackDown in about 5 minutes. Thank you for being awesome pledge hammers on Patreon, Greg Taylor Soldier Spy, and the reigning, defending, undisputed, first WrestleTalk Super Chat donator heavyweight champion of the world, Jeremiah Golder. You can get your own shoutout and loads of extra bonus content by visiting us at patreon.com/WrestleTalk. The show began with a bunch of people cutting promos to the camera, including Paul Heyman, Ronda Rousey, the Usos, the Viking Raiders, Sami Zayn, Ricochet, and Sonya Deville, who said that in her match with Ronda Rousey, nothing can beat the power of...
the power of authority.
Kari?
Authority.
Cardi?
Authority.
Akari?
Authority.
Oh, authority. That makes more sense.
Authority.
Last week I said that Ricochet versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship could be a lot of fun if WWE wanted it to be. As it turns out, they did want it to be. The pace of this match was fast, the near falls were plentiful, honestly, maybe too plentiful, and the match culminated in Johnny Knoxville coming out and distracting Zayn for Ricochet to get the Hurricane Rana pin for the win and new Intercontinental Champion. Backstage afterwards, Sami was freaking out and challenged Johnny Knoxville to a match at WrestleMania. This was fun, but I feel like WWE has looked at what people consider good matches and gone, huh, these have a lot of near falls in them, let's do that, but immediately overuse it from the start of a match. But you know, better wrestling ain't a bad thing. After a recap of Vince McMahon on the Pat McAfee show, where it was announced that Pat would be getting a WrestleMania match, Austin Theory came out and announced himself as Pat's opponent and then slapped him in the face. This felt a little anticlimactic since they hyped up that Vince McMahon himself was at the show and would be making the announcement himself. And the announcement itself didn't really have much fanfare surrounding it, but I am more excited about Theory versus McAfee than I was for the reported McAfee versus Vince McMahon match, because I have no interest in seeing Vince try to wrestle, though that still could definitely happen. Naomi defeated Carmella very quickly to further the women's tag title feud, and we also got to see dissension between Carmella and Zelina in a promo before the match, because that's what we all wanted to see. The only other team in the women's tag division breaking up. Corbin and Moss are backstage playing cards, and Madcap does a joke before Drew McIntyre enters on their TV screen, which begs the question, What feed are they watching? Because they can't be watching SmackDown, because they're on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre quickly beat Jinder Mahal. Do you remember when people wanted this as a WWE Championship feud? The Nutters. Afterwards, he cut a pretty decent promo saying he was going to take Corbin out at WrestleMania, and it cuts back to Corbin and Moss, where Moss tries to lighten the mood with a joke, but Corbin doesn't laugh. More dissension. Later in the show, there was also a throwaway segment where Drew tried to kill a man as Corbin and Moss were playing darts, and when Corbin was counting up his points, Drew instead pierced his sword into the dartboard directly next to Corbin's head. 180! That was the whole segment, by the way. Drew used his sword, Corbin and Moss ran away, and Drew stood there looking smug. You should probably lay low for a while, Drew, because you're probably wanted for attempted murder. We then got a lengthy recap of Reigns and Lesnar's contract signing, which was essentially the entire segment, just with the breaths taken out, before we got Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura entering. They were ambushed by the Usos, though, and here comes Roman Reigns doing his long entrance.
Roman then cut a pretty decent promo about winning at WrestleMania and giving a spoiler, and how he's going to pin Brock Lesnar, and then said, "Acknowledge me." Just classic Roman stuff.
But in the tag title match itself, it was a bit of fun. Once again, WWE bashed out a ton of near falls, including Jimmy breaking up the pin after a Viking experience, but the Usos won clean with a 1D. I wrote in my notes, WWE are spamming near falls, but you know what? It's working. A decent little match. We were supposed to get Big E versus Sheamus next, but because Sheamus was so angered by Big E owning a quad bike, Ridge Holland attacked Kofi before the bell as Sheamus attacked Big E, and then they stole the quad bike and during an ad break destroyed it with some sledgehammers. They did the Street Fighter 2 bonus stage. Nice. Next week, it'll be Big E and Kofi versus Sheamus and Ridge, and maybe this one will actually be a match. Earlier tonight, here's Ricochet winning the Intercontinental Championship from Sami Zayn, and here's the promo Sami Zayn cut afterwards, and here's Johnny Knoxville, who said yes to Sami's challenge at Mania. Were those recaps entirely necessary? And then wouldn't you know it, we're already on to the main event of Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville, because hot damn, this show was a lot of filler. Charlotte Flair was on commentary for this one and distracted Ronda a couple of times, but Ronda obviously won fairly quickly with the armbar. During the match, Charlotte Flair mentioned that she'd never been tapped out. Really, Charlotte? Never been tapped out, huh? Yeah, you must be right. I definitely believe you. Charlotte got into the ring afterwards, and then Ronda put in her ankle lock and made her visually tap. So even if you'd never tapped before, now you have, Charlotte. Storytelling. Sure love when the payoff comes before the match and not during it. That was the show, and I honestly don't have much more to say about it. Ricochet with the belt is cool if they want to push him a bit, though I don't have much hope, because when do they ever push their Intercontinental Champions? The rest of the show was a bit of nothing. 2, 3, it was a show. 80% of you voted for Ricochet new IC champ on our poll and a poll match on our community tab. Anyway, here's Tempest with AEW Rampage.
Positive, Tempest. Being positive. So much easier when the shows are good. What's going on, WrestleTalk friends and fans? Tempest is back with another review of AEW Rampage. In about 3 minutes. Now, personally, I don't think you can start a show with much more of a bang than we got on this week's Rampage, as Darby Allin and Andrade El Idolo challenged Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship. The commentators did a really good job of putting over that this was Sammy Guevara's 7th title defense in 8 weeks. That's proper open challenge stuff. And honestly, since winning the title back, Sammy Guevara's TNT title reign has been fantastic. And really, if you start looking at the chapter of the TNT title, starting with Sammy Guevara back in September, been a pretty solid 6 months. This was a spectacular 3-way, one of the better 3-ways in all of wrestling TV history. This match was a spot fest with some pretty excellent spots, including this Tower of Doom vertical suplex spot and this coast to coast spot, both of which are still currently blowing my mind. But this match also had drama and storytelling to it, with Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara having to team up on Sunday but be opponents here. This match was so much fun, and Darby Allin tried to cut off Sammy Guevara and hit the coffin drop on Andrade for the win, but Sammy did cut him off in return and hit probably a 630 splash, maybe a swanton, I don't know, the camera didn't quite catch it, but Sammy Guevara was able to retain the title in a fantastic 5 out of 5, an easy 5 out of 5 opening match. After the match, Sammy tried to shake Darby's hand, but Darby refused, and I love this because personally, I don't think these two guys would hang out. Darby would sit at the goth table, and Sammy would sit at the cool kids table. Somebody make an animated series about an AEW high school. I would watch it. We then got an in-ring promo from the remaining members of Death Triangle, with Alex Abrahantes saying that they would be facing the House of Black at the pay-per-view, but they didn't specify who their third man would be. Malachi Black cut him off of the video and then tried to jump Death Triangle, but that is when we were all surprised by the, I was about to say debuting, he's been on this show before, but the returning Eric Redbeard. That's right, the former Eric Rowan joined the team of Pac and Pentel Zero Miedo. I didn't see this one coming by a long shot. You could have made a list of all the free agent signings that could have joined this three-man team at Revolution, and I would probably have picked Eric Redbeard about second last. I just don't think Tino Sabatelli's coming back, guys. Redbeard went down to the ring and chaos erupted as there was a huge brawl with security guys getting laid out left and right with chokeslams, and Pentel Zero Miedo bringing back the old armbreaker spot. I do think the visual of plain grumpy Pac standing next to Alex Abrahantes in a cloak and Pentel Zero Miedo wearing whatever he's wearing is a really funny look. That being said, this was an exciting segment and gave us another match for the Revolution buy-in. This gets a 4 out of 5. We then got the second AEW match of Keith Lee as he took on JD Drake. Now, JD Drake is actually a very solid pro wrestler. You might not know it from watching him as part of the Wingmen, as they just really don't get to do a whole lot other than job to the stars, but if you watch him on the independents, you know that he's as tough as they come. And he got to show it in this match as well. Of course, Keith Lee is the featured performer, so he was going to get the majority of the spots, but JD Drake didn't do half bad. Keith Lee got to sell in this match, but he eventually hit a huge press. Are we still calling it the Big Bang Catastrophe? Because I mean, come on. But Keith Lee hit his finish on JD Drake for the win. This was another very good match. 3 out of 5, nothing crazy, but a perfect TV match. And then we got a fantastic backstage promo from CM Punk. I don't usually talk about backstage segments unless they're super noteworthy on this show, just because there simply isn't enough time to talk about everything, but this was definitely worth talking about. This was recorded after his beatdown on Dynamite, so he was still covered in blood, and that visual gave me such flashbacks of his rivalry in Ring of Honor with Raven. They needed to do something to give CM Punk an opportunity to talk again before his dog collar match with MJF, and this promo was absolutely perfect. If you're gonna go out of your way to watch anything on this show, triple threat matches first, this promo was second. Fantastic stuff. You know what? Screw it. This promo gets a 5 out of 5. Boom. Ty Conti laid out Jade Cargill backstage, and then we got the next match in Serena Deeb's 5-minute open challenge as she took on Layla Gray. I was trying to figure out why Layla Gray's name sounded so familiar to me for like 15 minutes earlier, and then I realized it's just because she sounds very much like Kayla Gray. If you're a sports fan, make sure you give Kayla Gray a follow. This isn't a plug, but she's fantastic and one of the best sportscasters in Canada. You will not be disappointed. I thought these matches would be winding a little bit closer to the 5-minute mark, but this one brought it back with Serena Deeb winning with the Serenity Lock in just a minute. There wasn't much to the match itself, but afterwards we got the return of Hikaru Shida. Hell yeah, I'm not done with this rivalry, and I'm glad that these women aren't either. If it was just the match, this probably would have gotten a 2 out of 5, but with the return of Hikaru Shida leading to even more of some of my favorite matches in AEW over the last year, this gets a 4 out of 5. I like Hikaru Shida. And then in the main event, we got the final face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier as Christian Cage took on Ethan Page. I think AEW is conscious enough of its memes that at some point we will get a Christian Cage, Brian Cage versus Ethan Page and Hangman Page match. You gotta play with the babyface heel thing, but I want it. This was Christian Cage's first AEW match since All Out. That's pretty nuts. It's Christian Cage. Let's use him more often, please. And more matches like this, because Christian and Ethan Page had a really fun main event here. It was a little bit slower than we're used to on Rampage, but I think that's mostly just because we're so used to this younger era of talent like Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin going a million miles per hour at every moment. This match was a little bit slower, a little bit more deliberate, and that doesn't mean that it was any worse. Well, I mean, it was worse than the triple threat match, but that match was incredible. The guys started trying to go for finishers, and Christian was able to counter the Ego's Edge into the kill switch and pick up the win, advancing to Revolution. Now and always, I love Christian Cage. That was a very fun match, but then to close the show, we had the last bit of interaction before the AEW World Tag Team Championship 3-way match at Revolution, as Jurassic Express came down to celebrate with Christian Cage, only for Red Dragon and the Young Bucks to come down and both grab one of the AEW World Tag Team belts. The two elite Undisputed Era teams haven't interacted that much with the Jurassic Express in the build-up for this match, so it was nice to get one final segment there. This final segment and the main event will get a 4 out of 5, capping off a really strong episode of Rampage. When you've got a live Rampage, you know you're getting the big stars. Just move it back to 7 p.m. Like I said, this was a stacked episode of Rampage. We got Keith Lee, an excellent title match, a really fun qualifier, and the return of Hikaru Shida, and a debut in Eric Redbeard. This was a 5 out of 5 show and a really fun go-home show for Revolution. And that just about wraps it up from me. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on this week's show and last night's SmackDown, make sure you go over to WrestleTalk Podcast later on today, where myself and your tribal Pete Quinnell will be going over both shows in complete detail. Until then, it's It's Revolution weekend, people. Let's celebrate.
A dyed blonde figure in wrestling slowly chipping away at his own popularity through obnoxious self-unawareness and transparent grandstanding. It should be no surprise that I like Cody Rhodes quite a lot. So much so that, in fact, Simon, could you pop a neck tattoo on there, please? Now I'm complete.